Speaking of holding out hope, John Williams is the man. This dude right here is the man, the literal man. This guy's music has brought me to tears more times than I can count. This dude's music has inspired me, has elevated my mood. My daughter loves his music. We played a lot of his music before she was born, to give her a taste of some good instrumentals, some good soundtracks to get you pumped up, inspired, ready for adventure, and also just wanting to call home. John Williams is the man. Always has been, always will be. So when John Williams here comes out and says that he's seen an early cut of Rise of Skywalker and he's feeling pretty good about it, I'm willing to take that with some good. I'm willing to take that as a sign. I'm willing to take that. Now, you may not agree with me, and that's cool beans as well. You may not agree with me, and that's entirely fine. But here's the thing. Here, let's look and see what it says. So the first trailer for The Rise of Skywalker premiered, and John Williams has been working on the score. The legendary Star Wars composer says he is very happy with the footage he has seen so far. And if anyone knows anything about the franchise, it's the man who's been giving it the emotional pulls and pushes through the music over the past 40 years. Williams is responsible for the chills many hardcore fans get when they arrive to theaters and see each and every new installment. And that is true. Look, The Last Jedi, arguably not a good movie, but the soundtrack for that movie is dope. It is. It's really, really, really good. I was surprised at how much I like the soundtrack. I just turned it on one day, started listening to it, and I was like, yeah, it's really good. Now, it says here that so far, John Williams has composed 25 minutes of new music for Rise of Skywalker, and he's pleased with what J.J. Abrams has brought to the table this time around. Since we're going to be witnessing the final movie of the Skywalker saga, one would imagine we could end up hearing more than a few familiar motifs from past installments. The first trailer gave us an epic take on Leia's theme, which originally debuted in A New Hope and has gone through several changes over the years. And you know what? That's absolutely true. He's done a lot. He's reworked a couple things, added them in there, but it's always been building off of the work, building off of the past work, building off of those things. And that to me is fantastic. I love John Williams' work. I thought his score for Solo was really good. And he's also working on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which there is about a 6 minute and 45-second score that's making its way around the web. If you have not seen that yet, I would fully recommend that. I would recommend listening to it. It feels very much like a mixture of 1940s, like World War II music, but also layered within Star Wars themed music. It sounds really interesting. It's really well put together, very upbeat, very good. I would play it for you here. I don't want Disney coming down on my ass for content ID, so that's not going to happen. But I know a lot of people out there really want to. I know a lot of people out there really want the Rise of Skywalker to suck, because then it validates all these opinions that they've had for a couple of years. And all things considered, I really do feel that J.J. Abrams is going to be bringing whatever he can to the table. I think J.J. Abrams is going to be bringing everything he possibly can to make this as much of a fan experience as humanly possible. And I say that because it does feel like he's going that route. You know, he talked to George Lucas, consulted with him on the story, brought in Chris Terrio to kind of give a fresh take on this. Lawrence Kasdan, I think, would have been my personal choice, but at the same time, I get it, you know, and Kasdan's done. He's not working on it anymore, right? But I feel like JJ is trying to do for us what the fans have been asking for, which is very much a way to kind of, you know, look at Rian Johnson's work and say, sorry, sir, you did not do this very well, and you need to never touch it again, with good reason, with very much good reason. But I think John Williams is the kind of guy who very much understands Star Wars about as good as anybody else, because he's been able to create the emotional resonance. What we feel when we hear those songs, when we see those movies, comes from him and a collaborative work with George Lucas. And so if anyone out there gets it from a, I guess you could say maybe a back end perspective or behind the scenes perspective, it would be Williams, because this guy has crafted the soundtrack to our childhood. And there's never going to be anyone else ever like the guy again. So if he's coming out saying that he's happy with what he's seen, I'm not saying it's 100% great. I'm simply saying it's better than nothing.